You're home alone. No one is watching. And somehow, you're still performing. You narrate your own life in your head. You check if the coast is clear before doing something embarrassing. You have full arguments with people who aren't in the room. You lose a staring contest with your own reflection. Your brain is doing these 7 things right now that it would never admit to in public. Let's get right into it. Number 7. The self-commentary loop. You know that voice in your head that provides live commentary on everything you do? Okay, opening the fridge. Nice. Looking for the juice. It's not there. Interesting. That's called inner speech, and scientists believe it serves a real function. It helps your brain plan actions, regulate emotions, and process decisions in real time. But here's the weird part. When you're alone, that voice gets louder, more dramatic, more self-aware. Research suggests that when we're not performing for others, the brain defaults to this internal monologue as a kind of social rehearsal. You're literally practicing being a person, even when no one is watching. The even weirder part, studies show people who suppress this voice, who try to think in pure images or silence, actually make worse decisions. Your inner narrator isn't annoying. It's load-bearing. You're not weird for talking to yourself. You're just running maintenance on your own mind. Loudly. Number 6. Phantom social anxiety. Here's something nobody tells you. Your brain does not actually know when you're alone. There's a region of the brain called the default mode network, and one of its jobs is to simulate social situations. It's basically your brain running background simulations of other people judging you, reacting to you, watching you. This is why you feel vaguely embarrassed after saying something stupid, even in an empty room. The brain already played out the audience reaction before your mouth finished the sentence. It's also why you tidy your house before a video call, fix your posture when a car slows down near you, or suddenly remember something cringeworthy from 2011 while you're trying to sleep. Your brain's social threat detector runs 24 hours a day. It doesn't clock out just because you're alone. Evolution built it to assume someone is always watching, because for most of human history, that was actually safer. Congratulations, you have an imaginary audience that never leaves. Number 5. Confabulation. Making up reasons for things you've already done. You make a decision, then your brain invents a reason for it, and then you believe that reason completely. This is called confabulation, and it's not lying. It's something stranger. Your conscious mind is not actually in charge of most of your decisions. Neuroscience suggests your brain starts preparing for an action up to 7 seconds before you're consciously aware you've decided to do it. So, what does your conscious brain do? It shows up late, looks at what's already happening, and writes a story about why you chose it. Then it tells you that story, and you believe it without question. This is why people confidently explain preferences they don't actually have, justify impulse purchases they'd already made before the thinking started, and reconstruct memories to match how they currently feel. You are, to a significant degree, the narrator of a story your brain already wrote. The slightly unsettling implication, your sense of being in control might be your brain's most convincing piece of fiction. Number 4. The involuntary rehearsal studio. You've done it. You know you've done it. Full conversations. Arguments you won. Speeches nobody asked for. Apologies. Confrontations. Award acceptance speeches. All rehearsed in the shower, on a walk, while washing dishes. This is your brain running what psychologists call mental simulation, and it's actually one of the most sophisticated things your mind does. By rehearsing social scenarios, your brain is training your emotional and linguistic responses before they are needed. Athletes do a version of this deliberately. They visualize performance before competing, and brain scans show the same motor neurons firing as if they were physically doing the movement. You're doing this unconsciously, constantly, running social simulations to prepare for situations that may never happen. Your brain treats the rehearsal as real enough to be useful, which explains why the shower argument felt genuinely satisfying, even though the other person will never know they lost. Number 3. The audience of one. When you're truly alone, no phone, no music, no one around, something slightly strange happens. You start performing. Not for anyone, just performing. The way you walk changes. You might talk to objects. You narrate what you're doing. You do the dramatic movie trailer version of pouring cereal. Psychologists believe this is because the human brain evolved to be fundamentally social. Solitude is a fairly modern, unusual state for our species. For tens of thousands of years, being alone usually meant something had gone wrong. So when the brain finds itself without an audience, it doesn't just relax. It gets restless. It generates a synthetic social context. You become both the performer and the audience simultaneously. This is also why certain embarrassing things only happen when you're alone. Tripping over nothing and then looking around to check if anyone saw. Laughing at your own thoughts. Doing the victory dance after correctly predicting something on TV. Your brain keeps the performance going. It just changes the audience to you. Number 2, emotional lag. You leave a fun event. You had a great time. You get home, sit down, and suddenly feel nothing. Or worse, vaguely sad. This isn't you being ungrateful. This is emotional lag, and it's a well-documented neurological pattern. When you're in social situations, your brain runs on a cocktail of stimulating neurochemicals: dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. The interaction itself is the fuel. The moment the interaction ends, those chemicals don't just stop. They drop. Your brain spent all that energy engaging with others, and now, alone, it doesn't immediately know what to do with the quiet. The contrast between high stimulation and sudden stillness registers as a kind of emotional hangover. It's most common after long, high-energy experiences, parties, concerts, big family events. The better the experience, sometimes, the sharper the drop. The brain wasn't built for instant emotional transitions. It's still catching up to what just happened. Give it a minute. Number 1. The mirror test you can't help but fail. Stand in front of a mirror alone for more than 30 seconds and something odd will happen. You'll start making faces. Not on purpose. Just, your expression keeps shifting, testing itself, checking what it looks like when it does various things. What you're witnessing is your brain trying to reconcile two things that don't quite match: how it imagines your face looks and how your face actually looks. Your brain builds an internal model of your own face based on fragments, photos, past mirror glances, other people's reactions to you. But that model is surprisingly inaccurate. Most people are genuinely startled by what they look like in candid photos or unexpected reflections, because the brain's version of your face is smoother, more symmetrical, and more composed than reality. The mirror breaks the illusion, and without an audience to perform for, the face starts doing strange, unscripted things, because the social mask has dropped, and what's underneath is a brain curiously examining its own shell. That's your brain meeting itself, properly, without the performance. Turns out, even alone, we're stranger than we think. That's all for today. Your brain will now go back to quietly narrating your life, rehearsing arguments, and performing for no one in particular. Thanks for watching all the way through. I'll be making more videos like this. Subscribe if you want to keep learning weird things about yourself. See you in the next one.